This is Part 2, Episode 174. The surrounding pairs of eyes contained some surprise as they shifted to Xiao Yan. They had not expected Xiao Yan to utter such words. "Junior, trying to win verbally here will not benefit to you." Old Demon Hu looked at Xiao Yan and coldly laughed. His eyes once again swept over the fire cauldron in front of Xiao Yan as he spoke, yet he still failed to sense a medicinal pill fluctuation. A faint mocking smile flashed across his eyes. Xiao Yan merely grinned as Old Demon Hu coldly laughed. After which, he slowly stood up in front of many pairs of eyes. Buzz! The fire cauldron in front of Xiao Yan suddenly emitted a slight vibrating sound as he slowly stood up. This is... Many people revealed surprised face upon seeing him stand. There is a slight medicinal pill ripple being emitted from the fire cauldron. The linen-cloaked first elder on the stone stage suddenly spoke in a hoarse yet calm voice. The remaining 6 elders revealed shock in their eyes upon hearing his words. Even with their abilities, they were unable to sense a thing, but none of them doubted the first elder. Many surprised eyes were immediately thrown to Xiao Yan. A mere trick? Old Demon Hu was also slightly startled because of this vibration. However, he quickly frowned and remarked. Xiao Yan acted as though he did not hear these words. He slowly lifted his hand and aimed it at the fire cauldron from a great distance before suddenly clenching it. Roar! The coiled fire dragon within the fire cauldron suddenly emitted a clear roar as Xiao Yan clenched his hand. Its body swiftly swelled in front of many pairs of eyes. Bang! The fire cauldron was not able to last after the fire dragon swelled. It emitted a loud bang and exploded. Hot waves of fire explosively shot out in all directions. In an instant, it caused the temperature of this mountaintop to soar. Some of the closer alchemists hurriedly stepped back with altered expressions. Roar! After shattering the furnace, the body of the fire dragon swelled until it was thousands of feet long. It lingered in the sky as a terrifying pressure spread apart. Even the clouds of the 9-colored pill lightning began to show signs of shrinking. Junior, what are you planning to do? Old Demon Hu's heart sank after seeing the 9-colored thunderclouds show signs of shrinking. He immediately let out a stern cry. Noisy! Xiao Yan's expression turned cold. His eyes suddenly shot toward Old Demon Hu. A cold cry that contained an extremely powerful pressure exploded beside his ear. That pressure shook Old Demon Hu until the blood in his body churned. He staggered back. Despite his alchemy skills, his strength was at a level that could be killed by a random strike from Xiao Yan. You? Old Demon Hu was extremely startled and furious after being forced back by Xiao Yan's cold cry. Only at this moment did he realize that Xiao Yan's strength had far exceeded his expectations. Xiao Yan did not go overboard after shocking Old Demon Hu, since this was still the small Pearl Tower. Those elders would not be pleased to see him attacking Old Demon Hu. He immediately regained focus and looked at the extremely large fire dragon in the sky. His hand seals changed, forming many after images in the process. Fire dragon agglomerating pill. After a continuous chain of seals were formed by Xiao Yan's hands, the fire dragon in the sky continuously emitted an earth-shaking dragon roar. At the same time, a shocking energy fluctuation suddenly spread from the fire dragon's body. This is medicinal pill fluctuation. A stunned expression surfaced on the faces of many alchemists after they sensed this fluctuation. They had not been able to feel even a little of this fluctuation over the last few days. Using a fire to form an object and hide the pill inside. It is the method of creating an object to deposit the pill in. Old Yao, even you do not possess this ability, right? How has Xiao Yan learned this? Xian Kongzi cried out in shock when he sensed the medicinal pill fluctuation that slowly scattered from the body of the fire dragon in the sky. This, Yao Lao opened his mouth. He could only bitterly smile as he shook his head. To create an object to deposit a pill inside required one's flame control and spiritual strength to reach a level that was extremely hard to achieve. A normal alchemist, including him, would not dare to use this method. He had not expected Xiao Yan to master it by himself. While Xian Kongzi's group was feeling amazed by this scene, there were some other alchemists who had discovered the pill refinement technique Xiao Yan had used. Exclamations rose like a wave. The number of people present who had the ability to use this pill refinement method did not exceed 5. Yao Chen's disciple is really a little incredible. The few elders on the stone stage looked at each other and softly sighed. Bang! As the fluctuations emitted from the fire dragon's body became more intense, a loud and clear rumble suddenly echoed across the sky. Everyone could sense the mountain dim as clouds swiftly gathered from all directions. The clouds that were gathering were not grey thunderclouds. Instead, they were an extremely deep black color. Black clouds spread across the sky. Despite the absence of rumbling thunder, everyone's soul seemed to tremble as they looked into those deep black clouds. They seemed to be able to suck one's gaze in. The 9-colored thunderclouds above Old Demon Hu's head swiftly shrank as the black cloud spread. It appeared as though it had met something terrible. What kind of thunderclouds are these? They are able to scare the 9-colored thunderclouds. The eyes of many slightly shrank upon seeing this scene. A frightening thought surged into their hearts. The only medicinal pills in this world that can be more powerful than a Tier 8 medicinal pill, which could attract 9-colored pill lightning, was a higher tier medicinal pill. Above Tier 8 was the legendary Tier 9. This Xiao Yang is actually refining a Tier 9 medicinal pill. At this moment, even these extremely experienced alchemist gurus revealed interesting expressions. Black Demon Lightning, it has been many years since I have last seen you. That linen-cloaked first elder lifted his head and muttered to himself as he looked at the black clouds in the sky, which had filled with a strange aura. Xiao Yang's eyes were also grave as he stared at the churning black clouds in the sky from the open ground. He could sense an extremely dense annihilation force in these clouds. This kind of energy was many times stronger than that of a 9-colored pill lightning. The layer of black clouds continued to churn in the distant sky. The entire square was completely silent. There were no thunderous roars, but it was precisely this dead silence that caused one to feel terrified. 10 minutes after the black clouds had continuously churned, a circular spatial hole suddenly formed in the middle of the clouds. The hole was still completely black. It appeared like an extremely deep black hole. Goosebumps suddenly formed all over Xiao Yan's body the moment this virtual hole appeared. A monstrous aura finally swept out of his body without holding back. Kai? An unusual sound was emitted from the hole after Xiao Yan's aura soared. Soon after, an arm-thick black lightning violently shot out. It quietly rushed toward the fire dragon below. The surrounding alchemists revealed shocked faces when they saw this black lightning. It did not appear large, but they hurriedly pulled back. Xiao Yan's eyes stared at the black lightning, which caused even him to feel some danger. He flicked his finger and 5 golden light figures rushed out of his storage ring. Sky demon puppets, which could absorb pill lightning, suddenly appeared in the sky above the fire dragon. Bang! The black thunderbolt flashed and appeared above the head of the first sky demon puppet before striking its body. This time around, the sky demon puppet, which had never failed before, instantly stiffened the moment the black lightning touched it. Its hard body emitted a bang and was shattered into dust. Bang 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 bang. After the first sky demon puppet was destroyed, the 4 remaining sky demon puppets were unable to effectively block this bolt of lightning. Their bodies stiffened the moment they touched a little of that black thunderbolt before they were blasted into dust. This was the first time Xiao Yang had seen such a thing after all these years. Xiao Yang's expression became very solemn after he lost 5 sky demon puppets. He did not take out any more sky demon puppets. It was clearly impossible for the sky demon puppets to absorb the destructive energy within the black thunderbolt with their strengths. He had to act personally. Who? Xiao Yang gently exhaled a breath of air within his heart. He stepped forward with a foot and his body appeared in the sky above the fire dragon. He lifted his head, and his dark black eyes watched the black bolt of lightning rush toward him. Xiao Yang slowly clenched his hand as he watched the black thunderbolt approach. After clenching his hand, the energy around the mountain seemed to have been pulled by something as it gathered onto his fist from all directions. An elite Doshen could control the natural energy within a certain area. A Dosheng was able to rely on this energy to create a destructive attack even after their bodies had been exhausted of Do Qi. This was the most terrifying aspect of an elite Dosheng. Break it! Frightening energy gathered on Xiao Yang's fist. A crystal-clear brightness flashed with a dazzling luster. Subsequently, a fist was ruthlessly smashed against the black thunderbolt in front of many startled eyes. Bang! Upon collision, a frightening destructive storm immediately swept out in all directions with man and lightning at the point of origin. The entire sky seemed to have turned into shattered glass as it was blasted apart with a cracking sound. A short distance away, the colorful pill lightning above Old Demon whose head was torn into nothing by this terrifying storm. Old Demon whose expression had become unusually interesting as he stared at the sky, which had instantly become empty. A frightening energy storm wildly raged in the sky. Everything within a 10,000-foot radius turned black at this moment. Space itself had collapsed because of this frightening clash. The expressions of most individuals changed when they saw the black space in the sky. Even though they had lived for many years, it was still extremely rare for them to see a clash of this magnitude. All of them understood that with their strengths, they would not be able to endure for even a short moment if they were to be struck by that energy storm. Even their souls would be shattered by it. That Xiao Yang dares to fight against the black demon lightning. The few elders on the stone stage involuntarily muttered in stunned voices after seeing Xiao Yang throw a punch. That Xiao Yang is an initial one-star Dosheng. It should not be too difficult for him to deal with a black demon lightning. The linen-cloaked first elder glanced at the sky and spoke in a faint voice. This black demon lightning might not be as numerous as a Tier 9 pill lightning, but its strength is extremely terrifying. Even an elite Bansheng would not dare to carelessly receive that strike from earlier. One-star Dosheng? The 6 old men felt their hearts tremble after hearing the linen-clothed man's words. Although they had already inferred Xiao Yang's strength, their hearts were involuntarily shocked when they heard the first elder verify it. They had trained for many years before finally reaching the Bansheng class after much difficulty, yet this Xiao Yang had surpassed them at such a young age. They really had no choice but to admit he was superior. It looks like Xiao Yang is going to be victorious in this selection, an elder sighed. If this happens, they will have the advantage regarding the matter of the alliance. The alliance might be against the Pill Tower's rules, but one must do what is necessary at the appropriate time. The Hall of Souls is powerful, and there is the Han clan behind it. Searching for allies is a plausible solution for the Pill Tower to survive. The first elder was quiet for a moment before speaking. Tower rules, there will only be rules if the tower exists. If even the tower disappears, what was the point of talking about any rules? Everyone looked at each other after hearing the first elder's softened voice. They could only slowly shake their heads. The raging energy storm in the sky continued for over 10 minutes before slowly scattering. Following the scattering of the storm, the space that had collapsed began to gradually heal itself. Warm sunlight once again scattered down from the sky onto this mountain. Many pairs of eyes returned to the sky after the storm scattered. They saw a young man standing there. That frightening energy storm from earlier was unable to cause him even the least amount of harm. Xiao Yang's tensed body slowly relaxed as he sensed the disappearing storm in the sky. He clenched his fist. A numb feeling spread from it. The strength of the black demon lightning had somewhat exceeded his expectations. From his contact with it earlier, Xiao Yang understood that his fate would not have been any better than the 5 sky demon puppets had he not advanced to the Bansheng class. Is this the pill lightning that is attracted by a Tier 9 treasure pill? It is indeed powerful. Xiao Yan inwardly praised. However, this black demon lightning did not exist in large quantities despite its shocking strength. Hence, the thick layer of black clouds in the sky slowly disappeared after a couple of black thunderbolts erupted from it. Roar! The fire dragon below suddenly roared at the sky the moment the black cloud scattered. A glaring light suddenly exploded from its enormous body. A shocking energy wave erupted from its body. Bang! This energy fluctuation became wild and violent. In the end, the fire dragon let out a roar. Its enormous body burst apart in front of many stunned pairs of eyes. A ray of light suddenly surged out of the fire dragon's body once it burst apart. This ray of light flew toward the sky, escaping the flames that had trapped it. Trying to escape. However, Xiao Yan loudly laughed the moment this light rushed out. His body flashed and appeared in front of that ray of light in a ghost-like fashion. His large hand grabbed at the light. Roar! That light ray rapidly swelled as Xiao Yan attempted to grab it. In the blink of an eye, it turned into an extremely large ferocious beast. Its huge claw was accompanied by a sharp wind as it slammed toward Xiao Yan. Bang! The large ferocious beast let out a miserable roar following the clash. Its huge body quickly flew back. Xiao Yan smiled after sending that huge beast flying back. He then chased after it again. An intense light once again erupted from the body of the huge beast when it saw Xiao Yan hurrying over. Its body quickly shrank, and in the blink of an eye, it took on a human shape. The light disappeared and Xiao Yan quickly became stunned because another Xiao Yan had appeared in the sky. Interesting, is this a Tier 9 treasure pill? It can actually transform into a human shape. Xiao Yan involuntarily smiled and shook his head after seeing this human shape. If this Tier 9 treasure pill was allowed to flee, it might really end up becoming a strange and mysterious thing. Of course, another more likely scenario was that some other expert would sense its uniqueness and subsequently capture and consume it. Although a Tier 9 treasure pill possessed some intelligence, its strength could not fight with an expert like Xiao Yan. Roar? The Tier 9 treasure pill that had turned into Xiao Yan clearly did not know the human language. Hence, it could only roar at Xiao Yan. This unexpected change also attracted many strange gazes. Even the alchemist grandmasters present had difficulty coming across a Tier 9 treasure pill. Hence, they felt a little amazed when they saw the medicinal pill transform into a human form. Ha ha, this little fellow has actually successfully refined it, but I wonder what kind of medicinal pill it is. It is impossible to refine a Tier 9 medicinal pill without any medicinal formulae. Xian Kongzi laughed. Yao Lao shook his head. He did not recognize this medicinal pill that Xiao Yan had refined. The only thing that he could pick up was the hint of the scent of the bodhisattva pill within this medicinal pill. However, this medicinal pill was many times stronger than the bodhisattva pill. Xiao Yan did not get entangled with the Tier 9 treasure pill in the sky. He found an opportunity to clench his hand and lock the medicinal pill in place. After which, he swiftly hurried forward and pressed his hand on its forehead. The body of the Tier 9 treasure pill swiftly trembled. Its body quickly shrank before it turned into a round emerald dragon eye-sized medicinal pill. The medicinal pill stayed suspended within Xiao Yan's palm. Layer after layer of pill fog spread from the medicinal pill before filling the surroundings. At a glance, it boasted an exceptionally mysterious appearance. Xiao Yan began to slowly descend from the sky after restraining the Tier 9 medicinal pill. His eyes glanced at old Demon Hu's volatile face of fury. At this moment, Demon Hu held a fire-red medicinal pill in his hand. He had undoubtedly lost to Xiao Yan. Will the both of you please introduce the medicinal pill that you have refined? An elder laughed after seeing Xiao Yan land on the ground. Flame Demon Quiet Mysterious Pill, a 9-colored Tier 8 medicinal pill. If a person practicing fire affinity Do Chi consumes it, there is a chance for one's Do Chi to undergo a transformation and increase one's fighting strength. Old Demon Hu lifted the medicinal pill in his hand. His tone involuntarily contained some pride. Regardless of whether he won or lost, being able to refine the Flame Demon Quiet Mysterious Pill proved his ability. A medicinal pill that could transform one's Do Chi was not something that everyone could refine. Xiao Yang, what about you? Xiao Yang gently lifted that emerald medicinal pill. He smiled and began to explain, Great Bodhisattva Return Pill, Tier 9 Treasure Pill. Its effect is similar to that of a Bodhisattva pill. However, it merely increases the chance that a Bodhisattva pill provides in breaking through to the Banshan class by twice as much. 2 times as much? How is that possible? Xiao Yang's explanation immediately attracted many exclamations. Oh! After hearing Xiao Yang's words, even the face of that first elder slightly changed. Breaking through to the Doshan class was a well-known and extremely difficult obstacle for an elite Dozun. A countless number of top experts remained stuck at this step. They would fail to step to the next level even at the end of their lives. It was precisely because of this inability to advance that those peak Dozuns would go crazy for a Bodhisattva pill. The original Bodhisattva pill possessed close to a 20% chance of success. Now that the chance of success had increased by 2 times as much, the success rate had raised to over 50%. In other words, just a single Great Bodhisattva Return pill would provide a peak Dozun with a 50% success rate. If word of this were to spread, many peak Dozuns' eyes would turn red. They would stake their entire fortune to get to the Falling Star Pavilion and beg for this pill. This Great Bodhisattva Return pill was considered an upgraded version of the Bodhisattva pill. It was a medicinal pill that Xiao Yan had comprehended after an unimaginable number of trials during his 100 reincarnations within the Bodhisattva tree. This medicinal pill could only be refined by Xiao Yan since he possessed a heavenly flame and had experienced being strengthened by the Bodhisattva heart. Even if someone else learned this medicinal formula, it would be impossible to increase the effect of the Bodhisattva pill by such a frightening extent. The only unfortunate aspect was that this Great Bodhisattva Return pill needed to be refined with a Bodhisattva seed as the main ingredient. Xiao Yan had less than 10 of these natural mysterious objects in his hands. Xiao Yan, you ought to know that any false claims at this moment will lead to you being disqualified. An elder hesitated for a moment before notifying Xiao Yan. Elder, you can rest assured that Xiao Yan will bear the consequences of any false claims. Xiao Yan laughed in a faint voice. Those few elders exchanged gazes with each other after hearing his reply. In the end, they could only slowly nod their heads. In that case, the linen-cloaked first elder glanced at Xiao Yan as he finally spoke. The tier of the Great Bodhisattva Return pill has surpassed that of the Fire Demon Quiet Mysterious pill. The final victor of this selection is Xiao Yan. This video will end here.